Hi, everybody. How are you doing today? Well, you can hear the dog barking in the background because we're out on the porch and she sees people walking by. She thinks they have all come to play with her. I want to talk today about kind of the environment in which we are all living, but more the emotional and energetic environment. When my daughter was little, I used to do scientific experiments with her, at home to get her to appreciate how the world works. And one that was really amazing takes place over several days. So, and I've not done that, but I'm going to show you some pictures I found of it online. Um, you cut a piece of celery and you put it in water that has food color in it, food dye. Like red is easy to see, but you could use other colors. And you just let it sit there overnight or for a couple of days. And eventually you will see the red color drawn up into the celery stalk. It's showing really how the capillary system works in celery and in plants, that when we water the plants or the rains come, the trees get fed through this. I had a conversation with that same daughter, who is now a few months away from turning 23, so that was a long time ago. We were talking about how we're feeling in general about life. In this family, we feel very blessed by God because of my diagnosis and no need for treatment. At the same time, my daughter is a young black woman in 21st century America. She has very different feelings about what's going on than I do. We talk about the future. She sees a very different future than I. But both of us are staying open. And because we are open, excuse me, we keep drawing in the energies from around us. The energies right now in this nation and around the world are energies of loss. Incredible, unspeakable, unfathomable loss. Loss of life, loss of jobs, loss of safety and security. For many, loss of hope. There is such a sense of ambient loss around us that sometimes it's hard to draw in the other energies that are also there. The other energies are often dwarfed by the sense of loss. And there are other energies that are not helpful. There's betrayal, and there's greed and corruption, and there's violence, and there's sort of like this murky, muddy cluster of things that we don't want to draw into us, and yet we are living in and among those energies. And what we have to remember is that this is not God's first time going through something like this. For many of us of a certain age, this is not our first time going through it either. Granted, it's never been quite this pervasive, although some would argue that the late 1960s were pretty traumatic and terrible. More so for our urban brothers and sisters and our brothers and sisters of color. And our LGBTQ brothers and sisters, because that was the time of the Stonewall Rebellion. There was a lot going on then, too. I won't turn this into a discussion of our national development or growth. I want to keep this very personal. Each one of us, needs to be aware of the ambient energies around us because they are affecting us. And the way to take care of that is with prayer and to shield ourselves with prayer. And you can try physical things like yoga, or exercise or a meditation, where you literally put your hands to your side and draw up from the earth this sort of rainbow arch of color, both hands at the same time, that reach above your head, or just a pure white light that we are bringing up from the earth over to our head so that it can encase us all the way around, because white light will let in only those positive energies that rise to that vibrational level and will repel all other things. Think of it as drawing prayer up around you like a cocoon. We need to not be sucked in by the ongoing ambient energies. And that's a great temptation because this has lasted a long time. And I think we're nowhere near the end. So let's start practicing now, when maybe it's not quite as bad as it might get with the ambient energies. Let's start practicing now so we can build up the skills and the muscles, the spiritual and energetic muscles for keeping ourselves focused on hope, on goodness, on God's grace, so that those are the energies and the colors that we can suck up, like through that celery stalk. We can draw those energies up through the planet, from the planet through us, right out the top of our head. And yes, those of you who study it, this is a Celtic spirituality approach to dealing with these things. It's not taking it from the top down. It's bringing it from the bottom up, from the ground straight on up, through to God. Let's give that a try, shall we? We'll see where things go today. Thanks for joining me for this prayerful pause with the pastor, a moment outside of time to think of something greater than ourselves. I'm Pastor Deb Swift of South Presbyterian Church in Rochester, New York. I look forward to seeing you back here next time. If you'd like to learn more about South Church, or to visit more of our recordings, whether they're prayerful pauses or entire worship services, you can go to our website or to our YouTube channel, South Church Rochester. Both of those things are on the end cap of this video, so you'll see it there. And look forward to seeing you the next time you stop in. Hope it's tomorrow. God bless. Take care. Be well. Bye for now. See you next time.